Well, let's cross over to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where suspected militants have killed at least 22 people in a string of attacks across eastern Ituri and North Kivu provinces. According to authorities, the incidents occurred late on Saturday. The attacks are the latest in a stream of continuous violence that has plagued eastern Congo for years, despite numerous interventions from the country's army and United Nations peacekeepers. DR Congo's government declared a state of siege in North Kivu and Ituri in 2021 in an attempt to stem rampant militia violence in the country's vast mineral-rich east. But the killings and rebel activity have not shown any sign of abating. Well, let's cross over to Chris Ochamringa. He's in Kinshasa for us. Hi there, Chris. What more can you tell us about the suspected militant killings in eastern Ituri and North Kivu provinces?
Well, according to officials in the conflict-torn regions of Ituri and North Kivu, the gunmen attacked villages in those regions and started killing people indiscriminately with machetes and knives. We've been told that there were 9 people who were killed in a village known as Nguli in North Kivu Province and 15 others in an area known as Mahagi in Ituri Province. Many of the victims of these killings were women, children, and the elderly. People in that area are mourning and calling on the government to do much more to protect them because these killings have been going on for a very long time. I spoke to an MP from Ituri Province who has said that the continued violence in that region has really radicalized some young men in that area who have been mobilizing and forming vigilante groups to protect their people, and they've been calling on the government to give them guns so that they can fight these rebel groups in the area. Local officials in that area have attributed the attack in North Kivu Province to the Allied Democratic Forces. It's an Islamist militia group that's originally from Uganda and is said to have links to the Islamic group. And there is a statement that was issued by the Islamic group claiming responsibility for that attack. The other attack in Ituri Province has been blamed on the Cooperative for the Development of Congo, CODECO, a militia group that has also been killing very many civilians in that area. So the situation has really deteriorated and people there are calling on the government to do much more to protect them. Beatrice?
Well, Chris, how has the government responded, though, to the latest killings, and what strategy does the government have to deal with militants and insecurity in the region?
Well, the government hasn't issued an official statement yet. When these attacks normally happen, they take some time gathering information from different people. We're expecting an official communication to come out soon. But we have heard from the officials in Ituri and North Kivu Province who have condemned this attack and called on the authorities to do much more to protect people. The government's strategy so far has been to work with the neighboring countries that have disciplined and stronger armies to deal with the rebel groups, the militia groups in the east of the DRC, because the DRC government has had a challenge. For more than 10 years, they had an arms embargo imposed by the United Nations Security Council, and so they couldn't buy weapons. Some of the militia groups that they were up against were much better armed with very sophisticated weapons, and also so it was very difficult for them to fight. And so in 2021, the DRC government authorized troops from neighboring Uganda, the UPDF, to fight against the Allied Democratic Forces. That operation, known as Operation Shujaa, has been going on, and according to the Congolese officials, they have been able to destroy a number of hideouts of the ADF rebels and capture some of their top commanders and recovered weapons. But the people in Ituri and North Kivu Province are saying that this joint operation has not helped because the attacks have continued happening. People are losing their loved ones. And so they're calling on the government, to come up with measures. Otherwise, people will be radicalized and there'll be more bloodshed in those conflict-affected regions.